Hi everybody, my name is Dr. Laura Clark and I'm one of the instructors in Special Education 1001, Individuals with Exceptionalities. We're so happy that you're joining us in this course. In this brief welcome video, I'm going to walk you through a little bit of the Blackboard site and just talk to you a little bit about the course. So each week when you come into Blackboard, and we hope you come into Blackboard 2 or 3 times a week to participate in the course and in your learning, you're going to start at this announcement section. Make sure that you check the announcements at least once a week to get updates and to know what's going on in the current week. And as you go through the announcements, it'll tell you what's coming up that week, any new information, any additional samples that we are sharing, lots of good information. So in this week's, in the opening announcement, you're going to see a welcome message from our director about the program, and then information about Special Education 1001. Some really important things to note about this course is that we're focusing on individuals with exceptionalities or disabilities, and we're focusing on those disabilities as they've been defined by federal law, the law called IDEA, this Individuals with Disabilities Education Act. There are 2 instructors in this course, myself and Krista Flynn, and you will find out who your instructor is once you go to this group discussion board and join a group. And you'll want to write down the group that you join, and then as you join the group, you'll learn who your instructor is, and you can contact us with any questions that you have. Know that in this class, you are required to complete 10 hours of field experience or practicum. Those 10 hours need to be divided up, and the reason for dividing those hours up is to make sure that you're getting a really well-rounded look at how children with disabilities interact with peers. You can do your practicum hours at any preschool through high school that serves students with disabilities, and the classroom in which you observe each hour, you need to have at least 2 students with disabilities. So you can choose any place that's close to your home, in your local community, and if you want to mix up and do maybe a few hours in a preschool, a few hours in an elementary school, that is absolutely fine. But you do need to divide those hours up into 1 or 2-hour segments, no more than that. And you'll want to start right away doing your observations because you'll be writing up description of your observations, and you're going to get a practice run assignment at writing up those what we call double entry field notes early on in the course. So make sure that you find a place to observe. I would look this very first week of class and then start doing those observations as soon as possible. So know that those 10 hours have to be completed. If they are not completed, you will not earn a passing grade in the class. So absolutely make sure that those 10 hours of observation are done. Those are required by the state. So after you read the announcement each week, and we just went through this initial welcome announcement, you need to start with this course overview, and the course overview will walk you through the basics of our class. So I'm going to click on course overview and wait for my connection to click in. You will want to, this very first week of class, order your textbook. You're going to order it and it will be delivered to you, and it is a great resource to learn more about students with exceptionalities. In addition to using your textbook, and you will use that every week, we'll be completing some IRIS modules. So if you've never done an IRIS module, click on this link and it's going to walk you through how to do a module. The modules have fantastic information. And I'm going to jump back up here. I missed this discussion board information. We will also be working in discussion boards. That's our kind of online in-class discussion. So if you were in a face-to-face class, we would talk and share information. We can't do that online, so we do that through this discussion board. So as you kind of consider how you are going to participate in the discussion board, keep in mind those rules of the same thing you would say in person, you say in discussion board. Don't say anything in writing that you wouldn't say to somebody in person. Use all those great manners that we all have with each other. And you'll want to think about this as a way to expand your own knowledge and to share what you've learned with other people. So make your discussion board posts count. If you've never done a discussion board before, there's a great tutorial you can watch. And if you've never tried attaching a picture, please check out this tutorial. You'll want to include a picture because it's always really nice to put a face with a name as we're talking to each other throughout the course. To learn more about the course, and we've talked about it some already, here's a brief course description. And excuse me, throughout the course of our learning, we really are going to focus on students with exceptionalities, how a student is identified, what those developmental characteristics look like, and what kind of intervention strategies we can put in place to support a student both at school and at home. If you are new to technology, click on this link and it will give you some information about everything you need to know about using technology in this course. You'll maybe be able to see, I don't think you can see, I'm using Firefox. Firefox and Blackboard get along really well. They're kind of best friends. So if you're using a different browser and things aren't working well, really consider using Firefox as your browser. Please review the course learning outcomes. We're going to focus on disabilities across multiple categories. You're going to want to open the syllabus and review it. It has all of the requirements for the course, and there's also a course schedule. I'm going to click on these two links. When you open them, you're going to have a Word document that you can download and save. It has in the syllabus my information and Mrs. Flynn's information. There's a detailed table of contents that tells you everything that's going on in the course, the textbook information, everything that you've seen in the course overview. It's also going to give you specific information about how to set up your assignments, and is going to, if I keep scrolling down, give you an overview of all the course assignments that you'll be completing for a total of 320 points. And then there's a brief assignment description. There are also additional assignment descriptions and rubrics that can be found within each assignment. Some specific information about how you will be posting in discussion board can be found right here. Some great information. I'm going to click out of this, and then you want to make a copy for yourself of the course schedule. The course schedule is kind of your lifeline to the course, and it will tell you every single due date. So you will never be late on an assignment as long as you keep up with the assignments that are due. So you'll notice it's divided into the modules. So this module 1 is divided for 2 weeks. So in the first week, the topic is listed in the second column, and then in the third column you have your to-dos. It will tell you all the things that you're going to be reading and doing in the course, whether it's a discussion board, an activity, an IRIS module, a quiz. And note that the very first set of field notes for the 2 hours of observation happens in week 5. So you need to have at least 2 hours of observation completed by week 5. All right, well, I think that we have looked at the basics of our class. If you have any questions at all, please let us know. We are always happy to help. You can send us an email by clicking on this course tool. Oh, I can show you one more thing before we go, or maybe two. To learn more about your instructors, there's information on the Instructor Info, myself and Mrs. Flynn. And if you look at the weekly calendar at a glance, that's the same thing as our course calendar that we've looked at. So each week when you wonder, where do I go to actually do the work in the course? It's this course content module. You're going to start here at learning modules. And here's module 1. So that's where you're going to start the very first week. And in module 1 is all the work. So an overview, your learning targets, and your checklist. Information for choosing a group. You're going to follow these directions, and that's how you'll learn who your instructor is. Here's all the readings. You'll note that the very first chapter of our textbook is here for you. The chapters will not appear after module 2, so you'll need to have your textbook by the time we get to module 2. There are some other readings that you're going to complete. Here's directions on how to get to the IRIS module that you're going to complete. And here is your first assignment. There's a video to view and another assignment. So everything flows right here. Your discussion boards linkage is right there. And note that when you see these blue bolds, when you click on those, that's going to actually take you to the assignment. And when you go in, it'll give you the assignment detailed descriptions, more detailed than the syllabus. You have some choices here. You can either actually write your assignment directly into Blackboard, or you can attach a file. My recommendation is that you always type your assignment in Word and then attach a file. Sometimes if your power surges or something happens to your internet connection and you're writing directly into Blackboard, you might lose your work. But if you attach a Word file, you're always good to go. After you submit an assignment, always make sure that that assignment has been submitted completely and that your instructor can view it. And you will know that is true if after you submit your assignment, you go ahead and it says view the assignment and you go ahead and do that. I'm not able to do that because I'm in the instructor mode right now, but you will be able to do that as soon as you submit your first assignment. All right, we've walked through multiple parts of Blackboard. If you've got any questions after looking through the materials, please let us know. We look forward to learning with you. It should be a fantastic course.